Hey guys, I'm in Eureka, Missouri. It's really pretty here. A lot of hilly roads. I wanted to come and see the Black Madonna Shrine and Grotto. So that's where we're headed right now. Should be there in about 2 minutes, guys.
Continue
2
on
minutes.
St. Joseph's Hill Road for half a mile.
Well, I'll see if I can leave this on as long as my GPS don't go out. So it's 2 minutes, guys. This is a pretty route that I took from the dog show. I'm at a dog show right now with my niece at Purina Farms, and she's off doing some photography. So I have the data myself, and I found this, and I said, well, I want to come and see this. So 1 minute, 4 blocks. Wow, people live here. There's a house there. This is actually a road, I guess. I mean, it is a road because I'm driving on it, but I mean, a residential street, not just a country road. Alright, well, we should be there soon. I'm going to turn this off very soon. So, guys, we have made it to the Black Madonna Shrine, and it's much more here than I ever thought. This place is beautiful. We're going to walk through it, and you'll see everything I see. So, a little bit about it. In 1927, a cardinal named John Glennon, he was the Archbishop of St. Louis, he invited a bunch of Franciscan brothers to immigrate from Poland and establish a nursing home for the men. There was a brother named Branislaus. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's how it reads. He was one of the pioneering monks that came here. He was a man, from what I read, he was a man that was driven by faith, overwhelming faith actually, and love for our Blessed Mother Mary. In his native Poland, where they were all from Poland when they came here, and in his native Poland, Mary is revered as the Queen of Peace and Mercy. Her most famous shrine is at the Jasna Gora Bright Hill Monastery in the town of, I can't pronounce these names, I'm sorry. It's Chezawawa, Czestochowa. The people lovingly referred to Mary as Our Lady of Chezawawa, the Black Madonna. So when Brother Branislaw, what he would do as a young man is he would sit by the road and watch pilgrims as they passed through the village on their way to Mary's shrine. Some of them were overcoming tremendous hardships. Some of them walked for hundreds of miles, sleeping by the road to reach their goal to see the shrine. He remembered all that, and when he came here, he wanted to build a shrine similar to the one in Poland. He wanted to share his faith with other people by spreading the glory of Our Lady of Chezawawa. So, in 1937, he began his lifetime labor of love. He cleared this whole land. And it was very thickly wooded. He built a beautiful cedar wood chapel and placed a painting of Our Lady above the altar. The chapel soon became the center of religious devotion, with numerous pilgrimages, prayer services, and masses being offered. Then, one Sunday evening in 1958, an arsonist started a fire on the altar. The brothers tried to douse the inferno, but the flames consumed the chapel, leaving a pile of cinders. So let's go inside this building here, because this was built in the 60s after that fire. So this is the open air chapel that we'll be going into. It was built and dedicated to Our Lady of Chihuahua in the mid-1960s. The chapel was built by the novices and the postulants of the Franciscan missionary brothers to replace the wood chapel. So the brothers that were part of the Franciscan monastery that was here built this to replace the old one that burned down. And look at how beautiful this is, you guys. It's really pretty. And they take donations. I'm going to take a picture of this. This is really pretty. The mosaic wall was created by Father Frederick Hans. That's the one in the back. Looks like. He wanted to do something to beautify the chapel. No, it's okay. I love this. Very beautiful. So guys, wow, look at this. Very, very nice. There's a little bit more about the chapel inside, but there's a little walkway here. It's like a self-guided tour that we will take here. Okay guys, once you exit the chapel, you're going to just walk out here to the steps. Right here, and you're going to walk down, and that's where the grottos are, and there's a little self-guided walking tour with a brochure that they give you. Look how pretty this is, though. Beautiful. And they're all along here, the crosses with different little sculptures in the center of them. But let's go down the steps. Man, this is pretty. You gotta be careful, kind of rocky. There's one on each side here. Go back a little bit. So as you go down this path, we're going to come across a few different grottos. And the grottos are constructed of native Missouri tiff rock, which comes from the old mines of Missouri. Everything you see, the rocks, seashells, so they're made of rocks, seashells, custom jewelry that was donated. Everything was donated by visitors that these grottos are made of. It's really incredible. In case you're not sure what a grotto is, according to the dictionary, it's defined as a cave or an artificial recess structure made to resemble a natural cave. So there you go. This is our first stop towards the grottos. It's going to be the bridge. As you walk on the bridge, pause and look to your left. Before you... Oh, that's this up here. Okay, so that's this right here. This is what they're talking about when they say look to the left. We're going to look at that a minute. So it's a crucifix landmark. During the winter, hikers use it as a point of reference as they walk through the woods. So they're depicting this the way it is in Poland. And I guess in Poland, they have one of these, and hikers use it as a landmark. During the winter, as a point of reference as they walk through the woods. Over the years, it's led many lost souls to safety. And to your right is a section of cleared land and a solitary statue. It was here in the summer of 1960. I think it's right here. Brother Branislaw suffered a heart attack. This statue represents his final project, a grotto of Our Lady of Fatima. Oh, remember the story of Our Lady of Fatima? That was one of my favorite stories growing up. So that's what that depicts right there, the Lady of Fatima. Wow, these are beautiful. So let's keep walking. And then the first one coming up here is the St. Francis Grotto. Porcelain birds and small animals represent the friendship St. Francis had with all animals. The rabbits and lambs were made by pouring concrete into a cake mold. Inscribed on the bronze tablet is the peace prayer of St. Francis. The prayer was so loved by Eleanor Roosevelt and Adlai Stevenson that they had it inscribed on their tombstones. So this is the St. Francis Grotto. It's hard to see, guys. I don't know why. It shouldn't be. See if that's any better. And this is the grotto right here. Now keep in mind that these grottos were made by donations from people in the area. Jewelry, custom jewelry, rocks from Missouri's mines or caves, different things like that. This is incredible that you can do that, you know? And it's beautiful. Okay, and then there's a place you can actually kneel down here and pray if you say a prayer here if you like. But take a look at what these are made of here. This is the actual rock, and look. Seashells. I see the seashells in here in places. There's the prayer of St. Francis right there. But that's how they're all made, like this. Jewelry, see the different color stones? That's looking at the chapel we just came from. Oh boy. Okay, so gotta walk up these stairs to the next one, and I believe it should be Our Lady of Fatima. Just going slow so you can take in the way it's constructed and everything that's made of. Well, that doesn't look like Our Lady of Fatima. Oh, it's St. Joseph Grotto. Oh, I think the Our Lady of Fatima one is down there, the one I showed you. That's the one I already talked about, that one. Right there. So the next one would be St. Joseph. The St. Joseph Grotto. Which is this right here. I love the heart in the center. Look at how this stuff is made. Amazing. I guess there's a lot of costume jewelry in this particular grotto. There's a cross up at the top. They also use colored glass set in the sides of the grotto. There's bugs, guys. When lights pass through the jars, a stream of colorful lights comes forth on the sides. Let's see. Unbelievable. So then our next one should be Our Lady of Perpetual Help Grotto. That's this one. This is beautiful. It's big too. Look at how big this is. Just really big. Just beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. So it was right here that Banislav passed away. He had been sick with the Asian flu and hadn't fully recovered his strength when he returned to his work. On August 12, 1960, he was overcome by the summer sun, leaving a trail of tools from where the Fatima statue now stands. He made his way back here. His body was discovered by members of his community. They knew something was amiss when he failed to show for evening prayers. The flower pots were constructed from jello molds, laying one on top of the other, and the flowers were made from paper cup molds. Just beautiful. So that's sad. There's a little, that's the flower pots that they were talking about right there, I think. Rest in peace. What a beautiful job he did. Honestly, I can't think of anything prettier. There's signs here, guys, that pretty much tell you what I love this with the angel, but I love angels, you know. So this is the grotto of St. Peter, James, and John. The grotto of St. Peter's, James, and John depicts the sleeping apostles the night Jesus asked them to pray with him. Jesus came back to the disciples and found them sleeping, and he said to Peter, "So you had not the strength to stay awake with me for 1 hour?" When observing the grotto, remember how Jesus called his disciples to follow him, even when it was most difficult. We are beckoned to wake up, to consciously join him, and to keep watch with him forever. So, this beautiful grotto, look at this. And look at this bench too, and all these flower pots along the way. Just incredible. Just incredible. Just amazing. I love the angel, guys. Actually, this makes a really pretty picture right here. The Gethsemane Grotto. Gethsemane is the garden at the foot of Mount Olive where Jesus asked his disciples to pray with him the night before his crucifixion. This grotto is a continuation of the grotto of Saints Peter, James, and John. Jesus showed insurmountable strength in the garden that evening. He knew he was going to die, but he put all of his trust in God. Jesus gave himself fully to God's plan, just as we are called to do every day. Man, just beautiful. And remember the unborn, the babies who were never born to life, although they should have been. So let's remember them. Let's see. And then the next one we have coming up here, Our Lady of Sorrows Grotto. This is the first grotto built by Brother Branislaus. He tore it down and rebuilt it several times. never finding perfection. Although it is not as ornate as the other grottos, it has many meaningful aspects. The white altar stone comes from the original monastery chapel. Wow. Donations were made for lighting small vigil candles at the base of the altar. The statue of St. Francis reaching up to Christ crucifix is called the Vision of St. Francis. When praying on the feast of the exaltation of the cross, St. Francis had a vision of Christ that brought him great joy as well as great sorrow. St. Francis realized that he would be made like the crucified Christ. So this is beautiful, guys. And I think that's the last one before we come back to the chapel here. Yep. We can go up here. This is an overview look of it. Well, there's different things throughout here too, and I'm not sure what these are. And they actually go all the way up the hill. Might be the Stations of the Cross. I bet you that's what it is. Here, maybe there's something on the sign. Assumption Hill and Grotto. Leading to the Assumption Grotto at the top of the hill are 6 small grottos. These, including the large grotto, represent the 7 joys of the Blessed Virgin, also known as Franciscan Crown Rosary. The 7 joys are the Annunciation, the Visitation, the birth of Jesus, the adoration of Jesus by the Magi, the finding of Jesus in the temple, the resurrection of Jesus, and the Assumption of Mary into heaven. The Assumption Grotto shows the Assumption of Mary into heaven. This is the largest grotto on the property and marks the former entrance to the Way of the Cross, a serene 2-mile trek through the woods. You can continue to the Crucifixion Outlook, the Nativity Grotto, the only natural grotto on the property. Also, we can go up there? Yeah, well, let's go up there. I guess that's here's what it says. This is where we're gonna go, guys. I'm going up to this one. There's stuff in there too. Wow. So pretty. So pretty. Phew. Very difficult to walk up here, though. Beautiful. And this is a look down the hill to the chapel in that building. I'm not sure what that is up there. Wow, look at this back here. Oh, this is the original. This is the only... That's what I... Look at this. That's original from 1937. I believe this is the one. Memorial to life. The lives we lead, those cut short by violence or illness, and especially of the helpless unborn, the longevity of life experienced by many, and the hopes and dreams we have for future generations. There's etchings in here. It's got different people's names in here in honor of. So the angel up at the top. This is like the nativity scene for Christmas, guys. Kind of like the nativity scene for Christmas. There's stuff up here too. So let's walk back down towards the chapel. So guys, why is she referred to the Black Madonna? Black Madonna is a nickname. It refers to the skin tones of Mary and baby Jesus. We must remember that Mary, Jesus, and Joseph lived in a hot, arid climate. Their skin tones would be dark brown or olive in order to survive the intensity of the sun. So, that's why. So I guess it wasn't until the Renaissance that we began to have paintings of Jesus and Mary with alabaster skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair. Previously, all religious artwork reflected the olive skin, black or brown hair, and eyes of the Holy Family and the Apostles. We must also remember that the painting is 2,000 years old when St. Luke painted the portrait of Mary and Christ, the Christ child. He did so with crude oils, which dull and darken over time. Okay, so let's go back in. This is the very beginning here by the bells, which I didn't really go in. There's one here. Looks like a little fireplace there. So guys, they actually have a museum too. A little museum, so we're gonna... There you go, guys. We're gonna go inside He said we keep going. Oh, this is so pretty. There's stuff on the walls. I guess these must be relics that are in this case below the sign. It's kind of hard to read. The first one on the left is Saint Paul or Saint Pius the 10th, June 2nd, 1835 to August 20th, 1914. Saint Francis of Assisi is the middle, right here. October 3rd, 1226. Saint Clare of Assisi feast, August 11th, July 16th, 1194 to August 11th, 1253. That can't possibly be. I don't understand. Saint Anthony of Padua is the next one. Feast, June 13th, August 15th, 1195 to June 13th, 1231. We have more down here. This is the church and school. About the church and school. It says miscellaneous decorative items. There's all this stuff in here. These are old. You can see how old these are. Here. Okay, I think there's also a little gift shop I can go into. The gift shop's back here, guys. It says open. It says open, but it's not. There's a man here that... Oh. Press button hard. You will hear the bell ring at the front of the chapel. That's how you get in. Someone will come and let you in. This is a jug of holy water. Looks like St. Francis. There's a couple statues down here. With a lit candle. But it looks like the head on this one came off. Oh, look at it. Oh. These have been here since the 1960s, guys. These benches. This whole thing, actually. It's called the Open Air Chapel. So we're in the gift shop, guys, and look at these beautiful embroidered holy cards. They have embroidered, they're all embroidered, and they're from Spain. See, that's material. This is all material. Isn't that beautiful? And they're all like that. They're all material. Wow. You know what else I miss? All the gift shops there used to be in towns. Like, at least because I grew up in Chicago, so there was a lot of stuff there. But there was like Catholic gift shops specific to Catholic gift shops and different stores like that, and they're all gone too.
There's
like
very few of them. St. Louis, we have a couple. Yeah, they're it's the internet.
Yeah, everything's dying out.
Yeah, I mean, all the little mom and pop stores got first knocked out by places like Walmart.